Okay, this video is again R Markdown. This is, I believe, the fourth video for R Markdown. And in this one, I'm just going to show you what a typical homework assignment is going to look like when you write it up using R Markdown and you've done a little bit of statistics, and you just want to show off what you've done, written in a nice, very beautiful, very compact way. So, in the other videos, I've gone through all the header information. All of that's the same as what I have in the other videos, with the exception that I don't always like to have to tell every chunk of our code to yes echo, yes evaluate, squash the warning, squash the messages. So in the knitting options, I've included all of those things here, which means every single chunk of our code is going to see all of those options. And if I want them to be something different, then I have to tell it. But otherwise, everything's just going to be kind of the way I want it. Also notice that I have code folding turned on here, but I'm hiding the code. Best practice is you don't want to show the code unless there's something very specific the reader needs to be reading. So, what I do on a homework assignment, and what I expect you'll probably do on a homework assignment, is each problem is a new section. So notice that that's the single hashtag or the single octothorpe to start the section header. Coming back over here, that's just header number 1. This is the cheat sheet for R Markdown. That gives me a nice large header. And then notice immediately below that I did 2 hashtags and said problem statement. Well, let's see what that looks like. I said problem 5.3, whatever, I'm just making that up. Slightly smaller font, but still bold, problem statement. And then I say what the problem statement is. This is kind of a made-up problem this time, but go with it. And then I do another double hashtag, so another subsection, and say my solution. Now notice I don't have the subsections numbered this time because I'm numbering them kind of manually. And then my solution, I have text, using R code for things that look like they need to be R code. Remember, I'm wrapping that in the grave button, the tick in the top left corner of your keyboard. I have the code button here if I wanted to see what it was doing. But obviously, I just wrote a small little chunk of code there and pulled some data in. And there's no output to that. There's no need to see that at all. Right? And then part A of the problem, well, I created a plot. Here's the plot. Here, let's go over and check it out in here. So part A of the problem, I've got my plot. A little bit of text above the plot. If I want to see the code, I can expand the code out and see it. And you can scroll around in the code. Remember, the code is not executable, it's just showing you the code. Part B, again, I can look at the code if I wanted to. Generally, I want that to be hidden. Part C, same deal. I've got some text, I've got some code that is hidden, and I've got the plot, and same deal for part D. And then we're on to the next problem. But notice that as I scrolled through this, my table of contents expanded to show me where I was in the document. And if I look at my solution, I can jump to part C, and I've got a nice quick way to do that. This is one of the big advantages, I think, to using HTML output format instead of PDF or Word, because neither PDF nor Word have that really nice table of contents that you can use to navigate your document. So letting that sit there on the document is just really nice. I can jump to the next problem if I wanted to. In this case, I wanted to show you this one because I'm using the head command to see the beginning of a data frame, of a data set. And this is what it looks like when you spit data out into the R Markdown. You typically want to avoid this. You don't need someone reading all of the columns of your data unless there's a special reason. And in this case, let's just say the problem asked for it. Whatever. And then this guy, I showed some code, but hey, notice that there is no code button here. Well, if I come back into my R Markdown, when I went to that particular chunk of code, here it is, I left these in here and I said echo equals false. So I overrode echo equals true. So that means the reader of my document does not get to see that code. If I change this back to echo equals true, and you can use T or true, and then re-knit this thing. Again, I'm using the keyboard shortcuts to knit. You can always use the mouse if you want to make it go slow. That's fine. All right, so let's re-knit it. And if I come all the way down here, there's now the chunk of code that I can show. So I hope this gives you a sense of kind of what a homework document's going to end up looking like. I hope you agree that this document is actually really pretty nice to navigate, pretty nice to get around. It shows what you've done in a really beautiful way. And it really allows you to show the data science process of the exploration, the analysis, the visualization, all of that. So keep fiddling with it. I think this is going to be the last of the R Markdown videos. But the more you do, the better you're going to get. You will get stuck. The R Markdown webpage for RStudio has a lot of information for you. Feel free to dig around in there. And then, of course, look at your friends' documents and see what they've done. If they've done something cool, ask them to see the settings in their R Markdown. All right.